Now, let's go over to our anchor at large, Nimiake Mwakaliale, who recently spoke with an unexpected advocate for women's rights.
Well, thank you so much, Vincent. An unexpected advocate for women's rights, indeed. During a recent visit to Washington, Princess Basmah bint Saud, the last of 115 children of the late King Saud of Saudi Arabia, stopped by our VOA studios to discuss her efforts to improve the lives of women around the world. Her Royal Highness, who visited Sierra Leone 2 years ago to participate in the International Women's Day event, says women can be more effective in ensuring that their rights are guaranteed if they stick together and support each other.
Women are the man behind the scene, the woman behind the scene, the identity behind the scene that really writes the slogans of countries and histories. So they're not giving their due, and they have not been treated fairly everywhere in the world. Issues of domestic violence, gender-based violence are big, and there are laws in place that supposedly protect women. The question is the implementation. What is your push for that kind of change? My push and my first and utmost actually point that I would make for the African countries is have independence of jurisdictional system. If you have a jurisdictional system which is completely independent from the government, you will have the right to punish and the right to bear for consequences for the people who are actually jumping above the laws and not being implemented. Like in Sierra Leone, like in all other places, I've seen children, girls, 13 and 12 with children on their laps. They've been raped over and over again with 3 to 4 children already on their hands and their mothers and fathers sitting next to them as if nothing has happened. Now, you got to go to Sierra Leone in 2012 for the International Women's Day. Were you able to address that issue with because you met with the president and his wife? Yes, I was there, the president was there, and one of the girls who was raped was there who had 3 children. And she was actually making an appeal to the president to have that law of punishing the abuser or the rapist to be to pass over the parliament and to be implemented as a law in Sierra Leone. And I think even if the law passes, and if there is not an independent Ministry of Justice that will not follow anybody's agenda, nothing will happen anywhere in the world. Would that take political will to bring that around? How can that happen? Political and social empowerment. I would put in the forefront all the chiefs of the tribes in the African countries who I've seen and met who are women, not men. In Sierra Leone, when I went to see the chiefs in Sierra Leone to meet them, I thought they were men. And I found out a table full of women. And I thought if there is so many women as chiefs of tribes, why this is still happening? They should be the first one who are pushing for these laws that protect women rather than the men, because they have the saying at the end of the day over who's going to be president or not. You've been writing on what you call the 4th law, which I believe speaks to the overall improvement of economies and lives of women in particular, or in general? In general. In general. I don't think that one gender can survive over the other one. Can you expound on the 4th law? It's 4 criteria. It's a platform, a constitution, a global one, that really goes back to the essentials of a human being that we are lacking now everywhere in the world. First, security for all, within and outside your home.
minorities, majorities should be all equal under one law. Second is freedom. Freedom for all, and education for all, equality for all, education for all. Now I know those four corners exist everywhere in the world as the pillars of the humanitarian bill. But as you said, are they implemented? They're not. Why? So I'm bringing back just the main platform for all, a global constitution that everybody can sign on and be obliged to perform in their country, because it has nothing to do with religion or culture or tradition.
That's Princess Basmة bint Saud, a mother of 5 herself, speaking with us while on a brief visit to Washington here a few weeks ago. Back to you, Vincent.
Thanks a lot, Ndimiaki, for that report. And now we want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we covered during the conversation. On Facebook, the address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com.